All right, I think we are live. This is my first time doing it this way. I hope everybody can hear me okay. Let me just come in and look and make sure my audio is not on twice. Okay, good. So we are going to do a quick 101 on APA Major Vegas tournaments. So there's two Major Vegas tournaments out every year. There's the Pool Players Championship, also known as the PPC, and then there's the World Pool Championship, also known as WPC. The PPC is normally in May. Um, Sorry, my dog was on my headset thing. So normally it's the Showdown series, which has the Scotch doubles events, not including the Jack and Jill, and it has the single pool player event and the wheelchair. This year, they've included the ladies, the masters, the Jack and Jill, the team captains, all in the PPC event. This year, the PPC is in August. So if you're in any of the specialty format or Scotch doubles, or you're in an individual player going out, you're going out in August. If you are a team event, so that's your 8 ball, 9 ball, 8-person team structure, you guys are playing in the WPC, which is in October. So just wanted to kind of clear that up, make sure everybody understood the difference between the two. You'll notice that the logo for the PPC is kind of the pool table with the Pool Players Championship. Anytime you see that, that's your August event. Your World Pool Championship, that's going to be your October event. So make sure anytime you're looking for something, you're clicking on a hotel discount, if it's giving you an error or something like that for the time frame you're in, make sure you're in the right one. Okay, so as we said, Pool Players Championship, we have our 8 Ball Classic. Pretty much the dates are August 5th through 14th. Everybody should know by now what date your tournament is. The only event that needs to fly out a day before the registration is the 8 Ball Doubles. You guys are the only ones that have an early registration time and a tournament that starts that day. Everybody else has a late registration time with the tournament starting the next day. So for you guys, you can fly out the day of. You have plenty of time to go in and kind of acquainted with the area. Whirlpool Championship, October 21st to 26th. So 8 ball starts. I know Kevin and I are going to be flying out with the 8 ball teams, and then we're going to be staying out through October 26th, I believe. So we'll be there when the 9 ball teams come in, and then we'll be leaving you guys the next day. Still working out the dates for August. We have a couple things going on. Check your emails, please. If you have not received an email, so I know I sent one out on the 27th because it was during the Masters South Championship. If you did not get it in your regular email, there's a very good chance I went to your spam. The way that we send out emails is through a mass email system. It is normal for that to happen sometimes, so please double check your spam or your junk mail. If you have not received anything, please email amorgan@apaleaks.com so I can reply to that email with your confirmation information and a couple of the things we just want to make sure that you have. Las Vegas. So the map of Las Vegas, it's pretty much everything's on the strip. You know, it gets its name for a reason. Looking at the monorail system, if you look, it's to the bottom left of your screen. That would be towards the kind of Luxor and MGM and New York Hotel. Then as you kind of go up the strip, which I guess to go right with the angle, go that way. You go up to the right part of the screen and you'll notice that's where you're going to find the West Gate on kind of the very other end. So those top 3 little dots are the top 3 monorail stations that we need to focus on. That middle top dot is going to be Westgate. The farthest top dot is Sahara. And then the third one down is the Harrah's Lynx Flamingo monorail station, just to kind of get an idea geographically of where we are in Las Vegas. Okay, so your Vegas checklist. You need to verify your tournament dates. Make sure that you know them. You can go to poolplayers.com or you can ask us, and we'll just make sure that you have that. Verify your flight dates. If we sent you a confirmation number, please know I was doing a lot of this very fast. And if your name is not spelled correctly, so if you're John, but your real name's Jonathan, it will affect you at the airport. So we need to get ahead of any of those problems. Verify your flight, the spelling of your name, make sure it matches your driver's license. Verify your date of birth. Make sure I'm dyslexic, everybody. If I put 68 instead of 86, you're not going to be able to get on that airplane. Also, just want to make sure everybody knows the COVID rules for the airplanes right now. Kevin and I just went to Michigan. It was pretty much the same as it was last time we flew. You have to have your mask on the entire time. If you are in the airport or really anywhere, if you're not eating or actively drinking, you need to have a mask on. And it does need to be properly on, and it does need to be a proper mask. You can't do the bandanas or the mesh masks. They will give you a different mask if you have something like that. Um, Besides that, just to kind of skim over a very important topic, masks right now out in Vegas with COVID, they are following CDC guidelines. We'll cover a little bit more of that later, but as far as I know, there's not going to be a mandatory mask situation in the tournament room. If anything on that changes, I will let you know. Hopefully, everybody's been vaccinated and can safely be around everybody without a mask on. Um, Plan your transportation to and from the airport. So MCO is the kind of abbreviation for the Orlando International Airport. LAS is going to be your abbreviation for the Las Vegas airport that you should be flying into. If you're flying into a different airport, you are not going to have a fun time. When you are checking your pool queue, so Kevin and I tend to break our queues in half. We have a larger carry-on bag. We'll stick it in our carry-on suitcase, and then we carry on our cases completely empty. Um, you also have a couple other options if you guys want to maybe get together with the team and get like a big hockey bag and put them all in one and check the bag. Do not check your pool case as is. Straps will get ripped off. I've seen zippers come up, ripped off and sticks come out of bags. Also, people can steal it very easily on the carousel if they see a cute case. They might grab it, and that would really suck if somebody stole your cue. Um, as far as verifying your hotel reservation, dates, rates, and the check-in requirements, we'll go over that a little bit more in a minute. Um, Downloading the APA app to certify your skill level. Once upon a time, APA had a team registration window, and you would have to go and you'd wait in line. I, as a league operator, would give you a team registration form ahead of time. Everybody on your team would sign it, and as long as one person from your team was responsible and could bring it up to the front desk, you would get your welcome packet and your anything else that you needed to do during that process. With COVID, they're trying to get rid of anything with lines. So they got rid of the overall waiting in line to check in a team, but they still need you guys to certify your skill levels. So every year, there's going to be a little video that'll come out on this, but every year at the beginning of the year, you guys have to renew your membership. There's a little yellow bar that will start to appear at the top of your app. When you click on the yellow bar, it brings you right into the pay your membership and it makes it really easy. Something very similar to that is going to happen. Um, National Office is going to open it up. You're going to see a little yellow bar come across your app screen. You're going to click on it. You need to read through all the information there and certify your skill level at your highest skill. If you have any questions on that, we're here to help you. Um, Again, there's going to be a little video on that, but that's going to be a great way to certify. There's not going to be a big line for you guys to have to wait in. Yay! They are still going to have gift packs, and for the team events, they do have a last place payout for you. They're going to give us a window of time that you can go pick those up. So there is going to be some sort of a situation where you're going to have to go pick something up in a certain time frame, but it's not going to be to register the team. Reviewing the dress code, I hear all these rumors about dress codes out in Vegas, and there's really not a strict dress code. You don't have to have a collar, you don't have to have jeans or dress pants. When you get to the main room, you do need to have dress pants, but in your normal tournament, you just need to not have on like a wife beater, no gang colors or anything that would affiliate you with some sort of like a gang or something like that. Nothing derogatory or sexually implicit or anything that's kind of, suggestive of a like a controlled substance. Um, Pretty much anything that, would be just generally respected. Remember, we are going to be on a pretty big stage here, and there's a lot of people that will be taking pictures, a lot of videos that are going to come out of this. APA really prides itself on kind of changing the stereotype of a pool player. So we want to, be dressed to impress, look our best, make sure that we're well groomed and showered and smell nice. We are going to be doing some team shirts. We'll get into that a little bit here later too. Um, Scooters and monorail tickets, those are all available and very smart to get ahead of time. And one thing I would do right now if I were you, if you're Southwest, go on your phone, set an alarm for 24 hours before your takeoff time so that you check into your flight and get the best boarding line spot that you can get. Southwest is different than everybody else. So, recommended apps. So the APA Pool League app you will definitely need. Is let me get to here. So the APA Pool Player app is going to be, let's see if I can get the picture up here. It looks like that. When you go into your app, it should have, let's get back to where we were. Okay, so the APA Pool League app, it will let you look at your stats registration and it will let you certify your skill for the tournament. This is a mandatory thing. I will help you as much as I possibly can. If you have the app and you've logged in, awesome. If you have the app and you haven't logged in a while, go ahead and give it a try, see how it works. And if you've never had the app and you've never logged in, call me. I will walk you through step by step. We have months to get this installed on your app. I will come meet you at League Night and walk you through it. You will need an email. That's the only thing that I can tell you might have to do ahead of time. So the next one is the Southwest app. So once you download the Southwest app and you put your confirmation number in, it's going to make it really easy for you to check into your flight. It's going to notify if you have any type of flight changes, and it'll make it just easy for you to keep track of your travel plans. CompuSport has like the little orange. CompuSport is the tournament software system that APA uses out in Vegas. You'll get alerts for when your matches are being called. It'll give you your table assignments, and this is for Mini Mania and all your Showdown series and for your big team tournaments. A really cool thing is you can also share your CompuSport kind of like token with everybody. So you can share it on Facebook and it will let your friends and your family follow your progress while you're out in Vegas, which is kind of cool. My Vegas Slots is a free slot game. I know there's like a million of these at this point, but this is the original one that I used. So for the record, I don't endorse any of these companies or things. It's just this is what I personally use. So this is what I recommend. Um, but you play Vegas Slots for free. You get loyalty points, and then you can cash in your loyalty points for like free buffets, monorail tickets, even free hotel rooms at some places. It's worth your time and it's kind of fun. Another good one to have is Vegas.com. It's the official Vegas app. It tends to give you some good idea of what shows are going on. It doesn't necessarily give you the best rates, but it does give you some pretty competitive deals. One of my personal favorite apps back when I used to travel a lot for work was TripIt. So if you have a email that comes in with a confirmation from your hotel, an email that comes in with a confirmation for your flight, let's say you're renting a car and let's say you booked a show or something, you can actually set up an account in TripIt for free. And then any email you attach to that, you would forward the email to plans@tripit.com and it would recognize the email it came from and actually put it into like an itinerary for you so that everything is in one spot. It's very helpful and friendly, and it's just something that I've always used. And I think anybody who is stressed out about traveling or not having everything that you need, it's a great one place to put it. Caesar Rewards, if you're staying at Harrah's or any of the Caesar properties, if you download the app and you put your confirmation number in, you'll start getting rewards for the hotel nights that you stay. I think you also get some extra stuff when you get there if you're one of the rewards members. Sometimes they'll give you like a free show ticket or something. So just something worth having. Venmo, so there's Cash App, Venmo. I think there's a couple other ones. And I know that Zelle is also a thing now, but Venmo is another one of the originals that I've just had forever. It's a free person-to-person transfer. So let's say you guys go out to dinner as a team. One person puts a meal on their credit card. You can just Venmo them instead of having to go to the ATM and get out cash. It's just another kind of fun app to have. So. Another one that I forgot to put on the list is called Skyscanner. This would be a great app if you're booking your own flight or if you're trying to book a flight for friends to come out with you. Skyscanner is going to scan every flight out there and it's going to give you a list based on the shortest travel time, the cheapest, or the best overall happy experience for a customer. Between Hopper and Skyscanner, you can find the best time to book your flight and the best flights to book. So those are just both very helpful, trendy apps that you can use. Packing. Some of you guys have gone to Vegas before, but it's always worth reminding lots of lotion, lots of chapstick. If you're used to Florida weather and humidity, it will be dry out there and it is painful. A jacket. So Vegas is hot, but the casinos are cold. Every time I go out there, I wind up buying a jacket or a sweatshirt of some sort because I always tell myself that I don't need one, and then I always need one. So just get one. It's also great for the airport and airplanes. Portable phone chargers, little stands that if you want to live stream, so APA is trying to set up great upload speeds like the Wi-Fi out there so that you guys will all be able to stream your matches live if you want to, but you will need to bring your own little stand. You can get those on Amazon. And then any of those little chargers, the 2,200 milliamps are the one that we were giving out for anybody that had the Scorekeeper app. That will take any regular phone to about 70%. So just keep that in mind. You probably want like a 4,000, I forget what it, MPH or something like that. Either way. Valid ID. Oh, dress pants. Yeah, in case you guys make it to the finals room, it's always a good idea to bring dress pants, plan for the best kind of thing. If you can always buy some out there if you forget some. So valid ID for your flight and to play in the tournament. Your opponent has the responsibility to verify your identity. So it's a good idea as a team when you walk up to play a match, you meet your opponent, you shake hands. Everybody on the team should take their IDs out and put it on the table. It's kind of a nice way of telling them that they need to do the same thing. You need to verify their IDs against the score sheet. If their names do not match that score sheet, they're not supposed to be eligible to play in that match. You'd call a floor ref over. They would handle it on a case-by-case basis. Anything that they say out there goes, by the way. Anything I say now, if they tell you differently, they're right. And if they are right, please come back and tell me so that I know better for future. But once you guys get out there, we are no longer able to help you in any way, shape, or form. So if your name is John and on your ID it's Jonathan and your last name matches and everybody understands that it's probably you, if it doesn't match perfectly, they could give you a hard time about it and there is a chance that they would take you out of the tournament. So just don't let that happen. Bring your ID. Make sure you bring masks. I put a mask, but definitely bring a couple. You'll need it for the flight, and you may need it for any of the ground transportation or any of the locations that do require a mask or something to be worn. Comfortable shoes. There's a lot of walking in Vegas, so be prepared to walk a lot. If you have tennis shoes, bring some tennis shoes. A tumbler or a refillable water bottle. It's just a good thing to have. The water is expensive out there when you're trying to get bottled waters and stuff like that. So if you have a refillable tumbler that you can kind of fill up and then bring with you as you go, it's just a nice thing to have. One thing that I've also, Vegas is definitely a drinking city. People lose things when they're drinking. So in the event you lose everything that you own, one thing that we recommend is that you take a copy of your ID, write down some emergency contact numbers because if you're like me, you know like 3 phone numbers by heart, and the rest are kind of all stored in your phone. And then maybe a printout of your flight confirmation number so that you know the confirmation number you need to get back home. And take all that and put it in your check bag, something that's going to stay in your hotel and is not going to leave. So in the event you get yourself into a hairy situation, you are able to get home. So just a tip. COVID. Um, So this is literally copied from the CDC website. So fully vaccinated people can resume activities without wearing a mask or physically distancing, except when or where required by federal, state, local, tribal, or territorial laws, rules, and regulations, including local business and workplace guidance. We are not currently aware of any requirements to show proof of vaccination at this time. If anything of that changes, of course, we'll let you know. APA will be allowing spectators in the room. They will be running the mini mania tournaments. And as long as all players are following the local health guidelines and making decisions that are best for you, then I think everybody will be safe and happy out there. It's going to be a little bit more close to normal than I think any of us thought it would be. Flight preparation, again, just be prepared to wear your mask the entire flight. If you're on a direct flight, that is 5 hours with your mask on the whole time. It's definitely the longest that I had my mask on for a while was on the flight, coming home from Michigan. Another flight preparation we talked a little about earlier, TSA will not allow you through security with your pool cue. It will let you through security with an empty pool case. So make sure that your pool cue is in some way shipped to the hotel, packed in a check bag, or checked in a duffel bag in its case and sent underneath the plane. Download the app, Rapid Rewards, blah, 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 blah. All this was emailed to you, so I'm just kind of repeating myself now. Hotel preparation. So knowing what to expect when you check in, it's worth it for everybody to call ahead if you're worried about the hold that they might be putting on a credit card. So even if we booked the hotel for you, you will need to put down a card for incidentals. In the event you do not have a card that you can put down, we need to know ahead of time so that we can make arrangements. We are here to help you with this. Obviously, we can put our card down for incidentals. As long as we get all that back, you don't owe us anything. In the event there are incidentals on the room, you would owe us that money, obviously in full. By accepting us putting our card down for you, you are agreeing to that. Also, just for the record, by getting on the flight and accepting the trip, you are agreeing to go to the tournament. If you fail to show up at the tournament, you owe us the entirety of what we spent on your trip back. We're not trying to make money off you on this. It's just simply a rule that we have to follow, and I'm not worried about really anybody in our league, but it is a rule that we have to follow. So each hotel has its own rules, so just be sure to check with them before your trip. We will be there in August. I'm not quite sure the dates yet. I'm thinking it's going to be probably the 7th through the 11th. But if it is anything different, or if you're getting out there and we're not going to be there, you don't have a card to put down, we do need to prearrange something for you. So just reach out to us and we'll do everything we can to help. Ground transportation is going to be probably the biggest battle in August. I don't think October, hopefully by October, Uber and Lyft and all those guys have bounced back a little bit more, but right now they're pretty much non-existent. Um, the Omni limo is who I think we've always used in the past. They have like these limo buses and you can fit like nine, because the normal limos you can only fit like 5 people in. The limo buses you can fit like nine, sometimes they'll let you even put like 12 people in that, and that will make it so that you can split a cost of like $70 flat rate. You do have to tip the driver, so like $10 a person, 9 people. They'll stop at Walgreens for you so that you can, pick up snacks and bottles of water. Walgreens is right next to a liquor store, so if you want to pick up a couple bottles, you can. Always smart to also, if you're a smoker, bring cigarettes because they are very expensive out there. There's also a lot of expenses when it comes to pulling cash out of an ATM. I'm not saying travel with a bunch of cash, just be aware of that. Um, Booking.com is another place you can get instant quotes on prearranged ground transportation from LAS to your hotel. Bell Limo had some round trip specials. They also can do multiple stops. So if like you're staying at Flamingo, but somebody else on your team is staying from the Strat, that's fine. You guys can still share one of those limos or shuttles. They will make multiple stops. They might charge you a little bit more, but it's still going to be probably your best deal. Um, Shuttle fare, that was one of the ones that's recommended out of LAS, that was on their website. And if you want to go with a little bit more of a luxury style transportation, Captain is one of the ones that you can get one of the fancy schmancy, Cadillac limos and the bottle of champagne and all that cool stuff. So I will also note there's a liquor store in the baggage claim area of the hotel, so you don't have to wait till you get there. You can, Not that I did that in the past or anything. So plan some fun. We hope that you guys are in the tournament the whole time, but it is a good idea to kind of get an eye on other stuff that's out there and get a maybe a plan together for what you guys might want to do. Team t-shirts are also highly recommended. So you do have to follow the dress code of the normal APA stuff, but you also cannot have the APA logo anywhere on it if you want to be included in the t-shirt competition out there. Something about how it's a conflict of interest, I'm not sure. It's a rule that they told me. I haven't had time to really dive into why, but they asked not to have the APA logo on it. So if you have a team logo and something cool and you want us to try to help you, we did reach out to a few screen printers in the area, and we do have a couple ideas of some group buy rates. For your basic plain, just typing with just kind of like a general symbol. Um, they can do that on the dry fits for like $12 a shirt. If you want to get with like multiple colors and things like that, they'll do it on a case by case quote. But they are willing to offer us a discount if we have, a lot of different orders coming in. So it would be the best way. I would need to know by July 9th if you guys are interested in this at all, because I need to give him some numbers and then he needs to give me a turnaround time and then I need to get back to you. So if you guys can tell me by July 9th, that would be great. Um, Check out things to do in Vegas. So Fremont Street is one of our personal favorites. The High Roller is that big kind of Ferris wheel. David Copperfield has some shows going on, and then the Grand Canyon helicopter ride is something that everybody will kind of rant and rave about anytime that they go on one. You'll hear all about it, so definitely highly recommended. So, budget. Um, so your budget is obviously a little bit up to you. Everybody has their own kind of itinerary when they go out there. We wanted to just make sure that we're covering the basics and you're kind of doing the math and making sure that you go out there with enough money. So at least $10 per meal. So you might be somebody that only eats 2 meals a day. Cool. So 20 bucks a day, 5 days. That's 100 bucks that you need for food. The practice tables, so out in Vegas, and it's always been this way, this isn't like a COVID thing. They do the machines and they give you those Susan B. Anthony coins, which are equal to $1. You put that in a table and you get a practice rack. $20 for practice. It's just good to plan that into your budget. It's also good to not be, surprised when you get out there to find that out. So just a heads up on that. Transportation. So if you go the cheapest way and are able to kind of split a limo or somebody with enough people, at least $20 because you need $10 to get to the hotel and $10 to get back. Um, if you're going to do the monorail tickets, there are some discounted rates. I'll pull up that page here in a little bit. And then at least $10 a day just for extra spending. You never know, when you need a bottle of water, a souvenir, or something like that. So Mini Mania. A lot of people have asked about what Mini Mania is. So you can go onto the general APA website and you can Google Mini Manias, and they're going to give you a little bit of a blip of what it's about. But in my general terms, Mini Mania is a ongoing cycle of multiple 8-man single elimination tournaments. Each one is about a $20 buy-in. There are a few that are a little bit more. There's also a couple doubles, but most of them are going to be single person. You're going to have all these different options. The schedule is going to come out in a few weeks. We'll give it to you guys in advance so you can kind of start looking through to find which ones you want to do. But to give you an example, there would be one that might be men only fives and under, co-ed skill levels, twos and threes, um, men only sevens and up, that kind of stuff. So you kind of find where you are. So obviously, I'm looking for maybe a ladies only, fives and sixes or something like that. You do need at least 20 matches played in the last 2 years normally because of COVID. I believe they're doing 4 years. So if you have 20 matches played between 2018, 19, 20, and 21, it has to be in an individual format, so you can't collect your 8 and 9 balls together. So you'd need 20 and 8 ball to be eligible for the 8 ball minis, or 20 and 9 ball to be eligible for the 9 ball minis. You will need to have your APA app with your member number and the little QR code so that when you go to buy a mini, they can easily sell it to you. You can also pre-print out your APA membership card if you'd like if you just go to your member services up in the top right corner, you can print your member card. So Dana, I tried clicking the link for the monorail. It's not working. Where can I join directly with access code? Well, let me see if I can put my code because I actually just did it earlier today. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the comments for you. Try that link. That link worked for me earlier, so hopefully it will work for you now. I don't see any other comments there. And that's pretty much the end of the show. Um, Again, check your emails. Make sure that you have gotten something from me. If you have not, please email me, amorgan@apaleagues.com. The biggest things I'm worried about right now is that your name is fully spelled out legally in the APA system so that when you print on that tournament score sheet, it will match your driver's license. If I booked your flight or your hotel, I need to make sure that you can get on that flight or the hotel. So please just let me know as soon as possible. There's plenty of time to make the changes. Um, I'm on my way to Frank's actually right now to go drop off a little bit of travel assistance for a few more teams. And besides that, I will be responding to emails first thing tomorrow. We are super proud of all of you guys for making it to Vegas, and we hope that this is going to be a fun experience for you. We are here to help in any way we can. Um, so look forward to August and October, and we'll see you guys out in Vegas. Have a great night.